Hi guys, Clear from Games for Fight here to do a really quick review. A fair and balanced game review from a gamer just like you in 2 minutes or less. Today we're going to be reviewing Borderlands 2. I'm going to pull a Yahtzee here and be perfectly honest. I was not entranced with the beginning of BD2. That sounds like some kind of venereal disease. Anyway, sure they ratcheted up the instant involvement with the story gauge, and the archvillain Handsome Jack is a handsome jack-off. But the controls and mechanics just felt like BD 1.5. But I decided to keep playing, and the more I played, the more I enjoyed it. See, Gearbox did a clever thing of introducing the new mechanics slowly, instead of all at once, so you don't get overwhelmed by all the new badassery. A lot of the changes are small but vital. For instance, item organization and comparison between weapons and gear has been vastly improved. That's vital to a loot whore like me, so I can spend more time killing and less time going, well, this weapon does more damage, but this weapon spits corrosive acid in their eyes. Ugh. Enemy behavior AI has also been reworked, which means enemies will actually now take pains not to stand there and get shot like a meat puppet. With the obvious exception of psychos who will, in true titular fashion, charge straight towards you, usually holding a lit grenade in hand. But more fun than that, there's more interaction between enemies of different factions. Meaning bandits are now just as likely to turn around and start shooting at the spider end and loading sticky white stuff all over their face. I meant webbing, get your mind out of the gutter, as they are to go after you. Probe a little deeper and you'll find even more rewards for cleverly taking out an enemy. Like the Goliaths, who after decapitation will burst into a rage, start wailing on anybody close enough, including their former allies, and will eventually level up into the Godliath, which drops a hell of a lot of experience and some pretty good loot. Not all is perfection in Pandora's box though, as you well may assume. The game does have a few flaws. There are a few bugs to be ironed out, mostly floating bodies and certain enemies not dropping the loot they're supposed to drop, but nothing so drastic as backwards flying dragons. The game is also pretty much empty of role-playing type choices. Regardless of what class you pick, you're gonna have the same story. On the other hand, so many recent games have been toting the whole good or evil, the choice is yours morality trope, that it's almost refreshing to have a game simply go, here's some bad guys, here's a gun, and go have fun. So, in summary, Borderlands 2 is hella fun. Because as I already mentioned, it really gets a lot more fun as soon as you pass the dreaded tutorial stage. And as with Borderlands 1, one of the game's main draws is the excellent integration of multiplayer. The more people play, the harder the enemies get, but the better loot that drops. Honestly though, even as a single player game, Borderlands 2 is pretty fun. So what do you guys think of Borderlands 2? Let me know in the comments. Clue out! Shaw! I believe that's good.